By now, we all know that for conception to happen naturally, it has to be between a man and a woman, whereby the sperm fertilizes the egg in the fallopian tube to form a zygote, which then travels to the uterus to get implanted. So one sexual habit you need to drop for you to increase your chances of getting pregnant is not knowing your fertile window. I cannot overemphasize this. You need to know your fertile window. Now, fertile window is the period in your menstrual cycle when you are most likely to conceive if you have unprotected sexual intercourse. So if you are actively trying to conceive and you don't know how to calculate your fertile window, first you need to know your menstrual cycle length. Menstrual cycle length is the number of days between your period from the first day you saw your period to the last day before your next period. That is your menstrual cycle length. A normal menstrual cycle length ranges between 21 days to 35 days. So if your menstrual cycle length falls within these days, it is considered normal and regular. So I'm going to be illustrating it using a calendar. So watch and make sure you jot something down. So guys, I'll be teaching you how to calculate your menstrual cycle length using this calendar. So let's assume that this person saw her period on the 2nd of this month. Second will be the day 1 of her period, that is written in black. And then another period came on the 26th of this month. 26th will be the day 1 of another cycle. Now your menstrual cycle length is simply the number of days between your period from the day 1 of your period to the last day before your next period. So from the 2nd of this month to 25th of this particular month, we can see that there are 24 days in between. 26th marks the beginning of another cycle. There's another period started here. So we can actually say that this woman have a 24 days cycle because this is the last day before her next period. Okay, so normal cycle length ranges from 21 days to 35 days. Okay, 21 days to 35 days. If this woman have a 24 days cycle this particular month, and another month she had a 30 days cycle, and another month she had a 28 days cycle, they are still considered normal so far it falls within the range of 21 to 35 days. Okay, so to get the day she's likely to ovulate, we are going to subtract 14 from her cycle length. Remember, her cycle length is 24 and 14 is the average length of luteal phase. Now you might wonder why we are subtracting 14 from the cycle length. Now your menstrual cycle happen in phases. In the first phase, which is menstruation, the egg had already been released, and because it was not fertilized, it gets reabsorbed and the uterine lining sheds off, and that is what you see as your menstrual blood. Then in the follicular phase, the follicles in the ovary being stimulated by hormones starts to grow, and the most mature of them will release a mature egg, and that egg is what gets fertilized during intercourse. So that is the follicular phase. So the release of that egg is what is known as ovulation. Okay, and ovulation lasts for 12 to 24 hours. Now the next phase, which is the luteal phase, lasts from the moment the egg is released, that is the ovulation phase, till your next period. Even though a lot of studies have said that 14 is the average number of days for the luteal phase, the luteal phase can actually range from 11 to 17 days. Okay, so now that you know why we are subtracting 14, let's go back to our calculation. So we say 24 minus 14, that will give us 10. So this woman is going to ovulate on the day 10 of her menstrual cycle. Okay, this is day 10. So this is day 10, which is the most likely day she's going to ovulate. So ovulation is expected on day 10, but because it's not always precise, we have plus or minus 2 days. So that now includes day 11, day 12, and then minus 2 days. That includes day 9 and day 8 of her menstrual cycle. Okay, remember now we are using the days written in black. That is the days numbering her menstrual cycle, not the actual calendar days. So don't get confused. In summary, this woman can actually ovulate on day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, and day 12 of her menstrual cycle. Okay, this is her most fertile days. And now the fun thing is that because the sperm can live up to 3 to 5 days in the female reproductive tract, we are going to add 5 to the least number of days she's likely to ovulate. That is counting from day 8. Now day 8 is the 9th of this particular month, so we're going to count 5 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is day 4. So I'm going to use X to mark these fertile days. So you see all of these days is her fertile window. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this woman has a 9 days fertile window for her to have intercourse and try to conceive during this period. Fertile window is simply the period when you are most likely to conceive if you have intercourse without protection. So if you are actively trying to conceive, these days marked in X are the days you are more likely going to conceive if you have intercourse during this period. The next sexual habit you need to drop is not having enough sexual intercourse during your fertile window. Now, this could mean different things to different people. There are people that have sex every day, but I mean, if you're actively trying to conceive, you need to have enough sexual intercourse during your fertile window. You might not have the time to have sex every day. I mean, people have a lot of things to catch up on. There is work, there is family, there are other kids, a lot of things to catch up on. So if you are actively trying to conceive, you need to create time and have intercourse at the right time, which is your fertile window, and make sure you optimize it in having intercourse. A lot of studies have shown that you get the best sperm quality after 2 to 3 days of abstinence. That is when you get the best sperm quality. So the aim is to prevent anything that will lead to ejaculation. That includes masturbation. If you have sex every other day within your fertile window, you increase your chances of getting pregnant. If you can do that every day, good for you. That is not to say that having sex every day that the sperm quality is bad. No, but you get the best with 2 to 3 days of abstinence. So just look at this calendar again. Not having enough intercourse during your fertile window. Now, remember earlier we calculated and this woman have a 9 days window period for which she is most fertile. Okay. Now, a woman that doesn't have enough intercourse during this period will have difficulty conceiving. Okay, so because the sperm lives 3 to 5 days, let's assume she had intercourse on the day 5 of her period. Okay, so and the sperm decides to live for 3 days. This is day 1, day 2, day 3. It dies off on the 8th of this month, and let's say she ovulated on the 9th, which is the day 8th of her period. You can see that the chances of getting pregnant is slim. So for you to optimize this knowledge of your fertile window, you can decide to have intercourse every other day. Maybe you have on the 4th day of your period, skip day 5, have sex on the day 6, skip day 7, have sex on day 9, sorry, have sex on day 8, skip day 9, have sex on day 10, skip day 11, and have sex on day 12. Okay, so that doesn't mean you need to have sex every day, but at least you should have sex 3 to 4 times within your fertile window. This will increase your chances of getting pregnant. So the next habit you need to drop is putting yourself under so much stress. Like, a lot of persons stress themselves too much that they jeopardize their chances of conceiving. If you expose your body to prolonged stress, it increases the production of the stress hormone cortisol, which causes imbalance in your hormones, affecting your menstrual cycle, your ovulation, ultimately reducing your chances of conceiving. So if you are trying to conceive actively, you need to reduce the amount of stress you put on yourself so as to increase your chances of conceiving. So if you have watched up to this point and you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. I have a lot of returning subscribers. Did I say subscribers? Sorry, returning viewers. And I'm hoping that you, being one of them, will subscribe on one of these days. So if you have not done so, please subscribe and like this video. The final sexual habit you need to drop to increase your chances of conceiving is to stop using the wrong lubricants. Okay, one of the major reasons why people use lubricants during intercourse is to make penetration easier. But if you use lubricants that are not fertility friendly, you end up decreasing your chances of conceiving. Now, if you check the content of the lubricant you are using and it contains parabens, please, you need to trash that lubricant because it is not fertility friendly. Instead, go for hydroxyl ethyl cellulose based lubricants. Those ones are fertility friendly, and also you need to stop using saliva as a lubricant, as it could make the sperm less motile. It decreases the motility of the sperm. So I'm sure you have learned one or two things from this video. Please share this video, like it, leave a comment or question, and if you feel generous enough, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.